Today we're going to bring you a stretch series to really get some fresh blood flushing in and around your spine and kind of make you feel like you've been stretching and taking a breath from the inside out, right? Pilates is actually moving and extending your muscles from the inside out, from your core onto the rest of your limbs. So doing a nice stretch with some breathing exercises in it and some pre-Pilates is really going to give you that feeling from the inside out right there around our spine and our rib cage where we really want to use it. So the only thing you really need is a block or a pillow or something that your head can lay on so that you have a nice neutral spine when we're lying on our side. And other than that, just a mat, a carpet, something like that. And we're going to start in an all four quadruped position. So it's going to look like a cat-cow or some other kind of position you've been in, like a upside down tabletop. So from here, we're going to do two little cat-cows. So we're going to tuck our chin, round our spine, inhale, press away from the ground, and then we're going to exhale, melting our chest between our arms. We're spinning our hands open like we're opening jars, and we're going to extend our chin and head up, and our tail lights up, our tailbone. And take a big inhale, tuck the chin. Keep those elbows spinning in, the hands pressing down so that you're out of your neck and into your back. And maybe press back into your hips for a second. And then exhale, really drop your chest through your arms and extend. And then we're going to find neutral. And we're going to extend our right leg back, toes on the ground. And first we're going to just extend our left arm forward with our fingertips on the ground, and we're just going to rock back and forth so that you can feel like the different weight on the different sides of your body, and you can feel how your hamstring is and your ankle and your hips and shoulder. And so if this is enough, you may hold this position and do the breathing. Otherwise, you're going to lift both your leg and your arm up, thumb to the ceiling. I'm going to take 5 giant breaths here. And exhale. I'm pulling myself apart, filling up the ribs, and then closing them back down, checking with my forearm. 2 more. 1 more. Big inhale. Big exhale. And we're going to set the hand and the knee down. Maybe sit back 1 more time. Oh, that feels good already. I can feel the inside of my body loosening up. So I know 5 breaths could seem like a lot, except it's 4 and 5 that really get to start to have things happening. By that 3rd breath, you feel great. And the 4th and 5th, there's some space to be found. Okay, we're extending our left toes back, our right fingertips back, and we're just going to stay here. And again, we're going to explore how our joints are moving in this kind of way. What's nice about this is you have you have all of your limbs on the floor, but you have different ways that you're connecting. I have extended arms, one arm is extended, one arm is underneath me. Same with my knees, one is bent, one is extended, and it's kind of neat to feel your hips, which are along the same line, move your knee and ankle, which are kind of a little bit in different spots. Anyway, I think it's cool. Here we go into the breathing. You're either going to stay here, or you're going to lift your leg and arm, thumb to the ceiling, big inhale, big exhale. So I'm keeping my spine long. I'm really keeping my ear and my bicep together, keeping my shoulder down. 3rd breath. Exhale. 2 more. Big inhale. Big exhale. 1 more here. Big inhale. And exhale. We're going to set the knee and the foot down. Again, let's actually take our knees a little wider, and we're going to sit back into that hip stretch that we've done before, and then let our chest go down. Hands forward. Maybe pick the palms up, woo, fingers down. My chest and hips just got a lot more stretch. Inhale, pull yourself forward. Let's do that 1 more time. Exhale, press back into your hips. Keep your chin tucked. Maybe take the palms up, woohoo. And then you flatten your hands, pull yourself straight forward. And we're going to go into a little pre-Pilates. So what we're going to do now is, this block could also be a pillow, but I want it so that I can keep my spine nice and even, right? So my head isn't dunking down, and my head isn't lifting up. So I am lying down with my head nice and even. My legs are at a 90-90 angle. My spine is long. My shoulders are stacked up. So A lot of times we don't realize our shoulders are back. See if you can match your hands, right? And then from there, you almost want to arch your back and extend your spine away from you. And then maybe find neutral, but arch it for a second so that you can really feel the difference between being scooped and extended, because sometimes we're scooped and we think we're neutral. So you really want that tailbone down and your neck long. Okay, so for 3 reps, we're going to inhale, open this top arm. For me, it's my left arm. I'm lying on my right side. And when my arm gets up even with my waist and shoulders, I'm going to take my head up. I'm going to really focus on my legs staying together. And I'm going to let this arm and waist fall open together as much as they can as my head goes with it. Then I'm going to come right up. Inhale and exhale. So I'm going to go right into the next one. We're going to keep it moving. Inhale up, squeeze my knees together, make my stomach a little tight, and then exhale, open as far as I can from the waist. Inhale up. And we have one more there. Really pinch those knees together, keep the spine long, and just see how it can open. Wow, that's pretty intense. Pretty good stuff. And this is going to lead us right into one of our bretzel stretches. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to keep this knee with us. We're going to pull it forward. Then we're going to take this leg and extend it down. So I have my top left knee forward and my right leg extended down. This hand on the bottom is going to be in charge of this knee ultimately. This hand on the top is going to try to catch the foot here to add a little extra fun to our stretch, right? So it's okay to bend the bottom knee towards you. You want to try to get to the heel or and ultimately the top of the ankle. So see how I got that? Now I'm going to push the knee behind me. Woo, already it's stretchy time. It's okay if this is in the air as long as you have that, right? Do your best. And if you have to leave your leg long, that's okay too. It's a progression as long as we're getting somewhere. So we're bending our leg or we're leaving it long. We're going to take our chin and look at the ceiling. Our top hand is going to babysit this knee, and here we have those awesome 5 breaths. Big inhale, big exhale, and again, big inhale, big exhale. You can kind of kick into your hand a little bit. Oh, got a little stomach growl on that. One more time. And wow, okay. So I'm going to let go of this foot. I'm going to take my hand here and I'm just going to bring it up. And I'm going to turn my head over, extend this palm, let this arm go down, and bend the bottom knee so that I can press myself up. And we're going to stay here on our side and go into a side plank and breathe. So you can have a forearm down, you can have a straight arm. I'm going to do a forearm. You can stay here on your knees as long as your hips are stacked, all good. Or you can come up on your flexed feet as long as your shoulders and hips are stacked. Then here we go, 5 breaths again. And exhale. Really find that alignment. Inhale. Exhale. Starts to feel good. Inhale. Use your inner thighs to help stabilize. Exhale. 2 more. 1. Exhale. Last big breath in and out. It is lovely, isn't it? We're going to bring ourselves on down. We are not done with this side. So I'm going to tuck both my knees up towards me, and the bottom leg is actually going to be in front and the top leg is kind of hanging behind. And if I sit up, this is called a stag position or an open Z. You can have your legs more stacked if you need that, sort of like a side mermaid or a chaise lounge position. I'm going to do a little bit open, so I have 90-90 and it's good in my spine. And so here's how we begin this. I have my right leg is down, my right hand is long, and I'm going to try to turn my chest away from the knee. So if you feel yourself, this gets easier, you're not going the right direction, you're going to keep your chest lifted and we're going to turn towards the edge of the mat or the side that's tighter, right? So I'm going to put the second hand down, and already this is a really big stretch for me. So I'm going to focus on my forearm, my chest is lifted, my shoulders are down. Yes, and so my spine is already popping. Excellent. So what I'm going to do first is just take this left arm, I'm going to put the palm up and I'm going to extend it out in front of me. And I'm just going to breathe. Big inhale. Big exhale. There we go. Big inhale. Big exhale. 2 more like that. 1 more like that. Here we go. Big inhale. Whoa. Big spine pop for me. Big exhale. This is called flossing the spine. So we get the movement from the inside out. Okay, we're going to turn up the juice here. My left palm is to the ceiling. I'm going to bring it down and put it under the right palm. Wow. Already this is quite a stretch. Now your body might want to collapse this way. Try to drop your right shoulder down and keep your chest lifting. From here, we're going to take and dip our left shoulder down towards the mat, keeping both arms as straight as we can. And you can see it is a stretch and a ton of stretch. For me, you might be able to go a lot farther or not. So we're going to find our threshold here and we're going to do our 5 breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. And here's where we really get that inside juiciness. Woo. Hold steady. 2 more. 1 more. Wow. Let's undo that hand, but try to stay in the position. The fun isn't over. Can you believe it? Okay, we're going to take ourselves to our forearms now. Keep your stomach tight so everything is engaged. And I can barely put this forearm down, so I'm going to just take it slow. And from here, we're going to do the left arm extension again with a few breaths. If this is too difficult, you can just set the hand down on the mat. So we're going to turn our left palm up, extend the arm up in the air as much as you can until it wants to turn over. If you need to set it on the mat, you can do that. 5 breaths here. Here we go. And really feel that space. Try to get into the middle ribs. Let the mid-back expand. 2 more. 1 more. Wowzer. Set that arm down. And we're going to walk ourselves back up. Woo! And we're going to carefully unwind ourselves. And we're going to take the whole thing to the other side. So you can just turn over if you want. I'm going to spin around so I can face you. I'm going to bring my pillow over here. And so I've turned all the way around and my spine is really feeling like it went in one direction. Let's sit with our knees bent, feet planted. And let's have our knees kind of wide so our back can have a nice breath. We're going to take our hands and hold them to the back of our legs, our hamstrings, and we're just going to do a couple of little just pre-Pilates C-curve roll downs, okay? So we're going to take an inhale, lift the chest, and then on the exhale, you're going to scoop the belly button and just kind of press your low back down so the hip bones go back. Let your arms extend a little, and then inhale, roll back up. 3 more of those. Inhale, really scoop that low belly so you're just trying to get a stretch. And then come up. And 2 more. Scoop the belly. Let the elbows be wide and just let as much of your back stretch as you can. And then come up. 1 more like that. Just scoop. Come on down. Maybe go lower and then come all the way up. If you want, tuck your head between your knees. Take your elbows wide. That'll stretch your low back also. And we have all the fun waiting for us on this other side. And we only have 2 sides, so that's the story. So to review, we began in pre-Pilates position here. So my head is being nicely supported and my spine is long. We are in a 90 degree angle with our knees and our hips and our feet. And we're going to try to keep our hips stacked up and our shoulders stacked up. So making sure your hands are in a line and not back this way is a good way to do that. Same with your knees and shoulders. Okay, breathing is the key to all of this. Big inhale, take your arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, try to open the arm and the waist at the same time while keeping these together. This side is way tighter for me. So I have to really focus on keeping my spine long and my knees together because I really want to just cheat it open that way. And then this is as far as I can go. I'm going to inhale up. And exhale over. I'm going to keep it moving. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, really keep the legs steady and let the waist go over. Holy moly, that is so tight. Inhale up. And exhale over. One more like this. Inhale, lift the arm. Exhale, let the waist fall open from above the hips. Woo, 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 woo. And then inhale the arm up and take it over. So in Pilates, we might do some pre-Pilates with people just to see where their joints are and how they're moving. And that was a great one for me to see where all that fun was. All right, we are going to now get into some action. So from here, we're going to keep this top knee with us. We're actually going to tuck it up a little farther. We're going to take our bottom leg and extend it out. Our arm on the ground will babysit the knee. If this is all you can do, you can't reach that bottom leg, that's cool. For the rest of you, want to give it an attempt, you're going to tuck your bottom knee up so you can grab your ankle. And then you're going to try to push that knee behind you so that it's nice and straight. And it's okay if the foot's in the air. And from here, we're going to go into our nice position. So our chin is to the ceiling. We're kicking a little bit into our foot here, foot and hand. And we're babysitting this knee with the hand. And we have our 5 breaths. Big inhale. Big exhale. This one's really good on the spine. Big inhale. Big exhale. Keep going. 2 more. 1 more. Whoa, okay, carefully let that leg go if you have it. And then we're going to bring the arm up, and then we'll tuck our other knee up. Bring the arm close so that we come into a nice safe position. We're going to press ourselves up. We are going to pause into a plank with those breaths again. So, you won't need your blocker pillow. You have a choice of a straight arm or a forearm. You can have your knees bent, or you can have your legs straight extended. I'm going to do the same thing I did on the other side, which is a forearm. And my feet are straight, and the shoulders lining up, hips lining up, super important. And you have your big 5 breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Start to really feel that in the ribs, right above your low back. 1 more. Woo, and then we're going to take that down, and we're going to tuck our legs up. We're going to either have our open Z or stag position, or you can have a little bit more of a gathered legs together. So I'm going to split the legs open like you saw. My left hand is already down comfortably. It's the right arm that's going to go down and start to feel the stretch. So you want to go in the direction of the stretch, and I'm going to just pause here and make sure that I am in a good position. I'm not sort of rounded or bent or fighting. I'm trying to keep my chest lifted and my spine nice and long. So from here, we're going to start our first round of breaths. I'm going to take my right hand palm up and reach it forward until it feels like it wants to spin over. So right about here, and I'm going to start my breaths. And exhale. Each time you breathe, and then as you exhale, you give yourself a little more space. 1 more here. Now we're going to take that palm that's facing up and place it underneath the left palm that's on the mat. So we have these 2 straight arms, already really a tight, big stretch for me. I'm going to take an inhale here, and then I'm going to start to try to drop this right arm right shoulder to the ground, and keeping both arms straight as I do it. And that's about where I can go. I'm going to take my breaths here. Big inhale. Exhale. These actually feel the best. One more big one. And I'm going to unwind a little because we have that final bit here where we take our forearms down to the ground. Ooh, yes, that is a stretch, but it's great. And I'm going to take this left forearm, palm up. I'm going to extend it forward until it wants to turn, which is actually just right here. And here we go, 5 breaths. Oh, okay. Okay, and we're gonna walk ourselves up. Try not to leave this too quickly. I'm gonna walk my arms around so that I come back to a seated position with my knees open and my legs bent like this. I'm gonna go 2 more of those little C curve stretches. You're gonna inhale, take your hands behind your hamstring, inhale, scoop down, and then on this time we're gonna exhale, lift our chest up, and purposely try to dive between our legs as our elbows go wide. Inhale, stack your spine back up. Exhale, scoop and round it back. And then you're gonna inhale, lift up tall. Exhale, dive between your legs one more time. We're gonna inhale up tall. This time we're gonna roll all the way down to our backs. So from here, we're gonna bend your knees, plant your feet. Take your arms and you're gonna cactus them or goalpost them, however you wanna think of it, and just set that down. So what you're gonna notice in your spine and head along is that your legs have to support themselves, which is not a big deal, except it's just obvious that if your spine is uneven or something isn't quite balanced, you'll feel it. And it's quite a chest opener to be here like this. So this is a decent position. Hang out. It's a tiny bit active. And now we're going to take our feet and we're going to just keep the feet planted and let the knees waggle side to side, nice and kind of slow, so that you get a little more blood and a little movement in the low body while we get this nice stretch in the upper body. And just back and forth. If something is sticky, just stay there with it. Otherwise, just keep moving. One more on each side. And the other side. You should be very proud of yourself for getting through this, by the way. It feels amazing and it's so good for you. The righteousness that you have from doing this is, no one can take it away. It's good stuff. Okay, we're going to come to a really good standing position. So we're going to turn ourselves over. And then we're going to come onto all fours. Then we're going to set our toes down or step onto our feet. Back ourselves up, tuck our chin, let your knees be soft, let your arms hang like rag dolls as you restack your spine all the way up. Maybe reach up to the ceiling, feel the heels go down as the hands go up, and then bring your arms in front of your chest. And excellent job, everybody. Thank you always for hanging out with us. This is such good stuff. All right, keep in touch, keep writing in. We love hearing from you. We love answering special requests, and especially nowadays when our